It was Christmas Eve, and I was on my way to the store with my dad to buy some groceries, because the news was predicting a giant snowstorm. The snowstorm was supposed to start tonight and continue till Christmas. I was very excited, because this is the first time we are getting snow on Christmas in a long time. When we finally finished buying the groceries, we left the store and got in a car. On the ride home, it started snowing, and I knew there would be lots of shoveling to do after the storm. The next day, the snow blizzard outside continued, until it became dark. The snow outside was up to my knees. Later that day, while I was in my room browsing through Instagram, I heard walking outside of my window. I was very confused, but I thought it was my dad outside fixing something at the house. After 20 minutes, I heard a loud knocking sound out of my room window. This time, I decided to look outside my window to find out what that noise was. When I looked outside, I could not see anything but snow everywhere. This scared me, so I decided to go tell my dad, and together we went outside into the snow to look around. At first, everything seemed normal, until my dad found a trail of footsteps. His expression changed, and he became a little more scared. He whispered to me that no one was outside for the past day, due to the winter storm. I knew the footsteps must have been recent, because it was snowing really bad outside. Either way, it was Christmas, so I was not letting some weird thing ruin the special day. I went back inside the house with my dad and we started having dinner. After dinner, it was getting late, and I decided to go to bed. Later that night, I woke up to a weird sound coming from the first floor of the house. I was confused, but I knew it was either my mom or dad going to the bathroom, so I went back to bed. I got woken up again that night, but this time it was my room door slowly opening and closing. At this point, I called out to whoever was in my room. There was no answer, so I quickly turned on my bed lamp. I could see a tall man standing in my room staring at my bed. I screamed off the top of my lungs as loud as I could. That startled the man, and he quickly sprinted out of my room. By that time, my dad stormed out of his room and saw the man as he was running down the stairs. The man was a lot faster than my dad, and he escaped, disappearing into the dark night. My dad ran out of the house and screamed, "I'm calling the cops, so don't come to my house again." I guess the man heard his scream because he never returned to the house again. The next morning, we found one of the downstairs windows broken, and now we finally knew how the strange man got in the house. It scares me to think about what would have happened if I did not wake up that day. It was Christmas Eve, and my cousin and I were at our local park waiting for the Christmas tree lighting parade to start. This year, the fire department was going to decorate the giant trees with lots of light. As the parade was starting, we decided to sit on the stairs to watch the parade. It was a very cold night. I am pretty sure the temperature was around 35 degrees Fahrenheit. After the parade ended, we decided to go grab another cup of hot chocolate and wait till everyone left the park. We wanted to wait till the whole park was clear, so that we could take pictures of the park for a school project. Finally, an hour later, everyone started leaving, and it started getting very quiet. All of the lights in the park were unplugged by this time, because it was getting late. My cousin and I found a way to turn the lights back on, so we both started taking pictures of the whole park. After taking a bunch of pictures, I decided to sit down on the bench to look at the photos. While I was looking, there was a light that started shining straight towards me. I looked up from my phone, only to see a car with the bright lights shining at me. This startled me, because I was not expecting that. I decided to stand up from the bench and go tell my cousin. But when I got to my cousin, I heard the door to the car open and then close. We were very confused, so we both turned towards the only car in the parking lot. That was when we saw him. There was a man standing right outside of the car, staring at both of us. Suddenly, the car lights turned off. The tall man started smiling at us creepily. Since this was very weird, my cousin and I started backing up slowly. That was when we saw the other 3 car doors open, and 3 other people got out of the car. My heart skipped a beat. My cousin and I were so scared we started running down the street towards our house. I tried to resist the urge of looking back. When I finally looked back, I could see the 4 people chasing us down. When my cousin and I got home, the people were very close to catching up. My parents were not home that night, so we were home alone. We locked the front door and ran upstairs to hide in the bathroom. In the bathroom, we were able to lock the door and call the cops. When I got off the phone with the cops, I saw my cousin look at me all scared. He mumbled the words, "I forgot to lock the back door." That was when we heard a giant slam. My cousin and I knew that the four people have entered the house through the back door. While we were locked in the bathroom, we could hear things being thrown downstairs and stuff being broken. Before the four people could start exploring the second floor, we heard the cops. I guess the people also heard the cops because we heard running through the back door. When my cousin and I walked downstairs, we could see that the Christmas tree was knocked down. The house decorations were all broken and most of the valuable items were stolen. That year, Christmas and the parade were ruined for us. Later that night, the cops arrested 3 of the 4 people that broke into our house. What scares me the most is that one of the people actually got away and is looking for the next house to rob.